Yeah, and he did an interview, and I don't know if he got to read this, the interview that he did with ESPN, which one part of it I found very fascinating was that he has still not spoken to the Elite. He has not talked to Kenny Omega or the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
He said in the interview that he tried to reach out to them, and they were told, talk to the lawyer. That's it. Talk to the lawyer.
Right.
We got nothing to say.
I don't buy it.
So those guys, according to CM Punk, have not spoken. And that to me, look, if it's a work, that's one thing. If that's not a work, though, and they legitimately have been kept apart, that to me is just terrible for AEW. I mean, you got to get to those matches. You got to get to CM Punk against Kenny Omega. You got to get to CM Punk being in the ring with the Elite.
Oh, of course.
I mean, if I have a hard time believing that this isn't settled for real. I really do.
Here's my thought. Spoiler alert. Life is a work.
Life is a work.
Hey, okay. It is, man. I'm telling you. So this whole thing, it's just marketing, man. It's part of the business. So don't get your panties in a tussle or a ruffle or whatever the saying is. Don't do it, Mark.
I don't. I'm wearing normal underwear.
All right.
I know this is Las Vegas, but hey.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely. I think it's just all part of the show, man. Like, we're so involved in the behind the scenes. Like, you got to make it interesting. Now they're selling tickets right now. Ooh, are they gonna talk and squash it? How's this heat gonna be? We need that. They might have some beef, but at the same time, like, they're all professionals, and what are they in it for?
Money.
Get that dough.
Yeah.
It's all about the money.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
So
see it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that you have a show coming up at Wembley and Tony doesn't have his little piece of paper in his notebook and have CM Punk and FTR on one side and the Elite on the other. I can't imagine that match wouldn't happen.
It has to, yeah. I mean, if you look at that, the amount of seats they got to sell out, like, once you announce that, done. All right, let's go. Like, the hype is that's genius, man. It's genius.
Yeah, there's about another 15 or 20,000 seats to go over there. So I can't imagine. I mean, you've got to make that match, Dave. You gotta.
Me?
Well, somebody does.
Yeah. It's gonna happen, man.
Yeah. So
rest assured, Mark.
Well, we'll see, because if we'll know if this is legit or not if that match doesn't happen at Wembley. I mean, or maybe Tony's going to save it for longer. I don't know, but I think I'd be pulling that card out and out of the magic hat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd definitely be doing that.
Yeah, that's what you would do. That's what Mark Hoke would do.
Oh my God, I'd have that thing on there in a heartbeat. Maybe there could be a possibility they're doing it for All Out because they're planning to do All Out the week after.
Is it?
Which I think is kind of weird.
Too much.